today has easily been one of the worst days of travelling. It's my first day in India, and quite frankly, I want to leave and never come back. I have travelled for the best part of 2 days to get here, and even from the get-go, I was told I had to go and get permission to move in Delhi, to be in Delhi. And went to and this was from someone in the tourist information centre in the train station. Then I went there to the actual tourist place where I had to go, and they then sold me a trip to Kashmir, which, you know, I did want to come. I wanted to be here, but I just kind of felt I just got cornered into it, and because I was so tired, I took it without thinking all the way through. Like, I tried to sort of push back a bit, but I was just so tired, and I am now. And so we get to Kashmir, like the fourth plane in less than 24 hours, and then I rest for a little bit, and there's no internet here. And I was told when I was sold this trip that there would be internet here, because I thought, well, at least I can check out, you know, the deal, like whether they ripped me off or not. But then the internet was broken, and then this guy that picked me up from the airport. Also, I had to take someone's kid with me, like a whole other story. But like the boss's son was going by himself, and then all of a sudden I was being his compere and taking him. Like nothing went wrong, but at the same point, what the fuck? Then I get off the other side, and I'm taken to the hotel, and the internet here is broken, and I'm annoyed by that, but what can I do? And then the guy takes me out for dinner because he seemed quite stressed, and then all of a sudden I'm talking to somebody else about more trips, and again I'm just so tired, and I keep trying to push back at stuff, but in the end I just ended up getting my mind twisted and turned around and thinking it was a great deal and buying it. And it might be a great deal, I don't know, because I haven't got the internet, because it's still apparently broken here. And the guys at the hotel have just said there is no internet, and then they changed the story and said, oh no, there's no internet because it's being fixed, when I kicked up a fuss. I have no idea what the truth is. I'm so tired. I'm actually a little bit emotional. I just wish someone else was here. I wish I wasn't. Well, no, actually not that someone was here with me, but I wasn't here at all. Like, quite frankly, so far it's day one in India and I hate it. I just want to go. So I've just faced off against the guy who completely ripped me off. I am furious. But he didn't disappoint. He did exactly what I thought he would do. He told me to go fuck myself, told me to get the fuck out of India if I didn't like it because of the way he treated me. It's business, and in some business, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. He wasn't even going to try and hide it. He tried to tell me that I didn't know how much things cost, at which point he said, oh, it's going to cost £35 to hire a car for the day. I don't believe that in the first place. And I told him I have no trust in him. Why should I believe anything that he says? And I then said, well, even if these things that you said did cost so much, how do you explain the fact that I can get a train for £7? And how come you told me that the plane from Sarayan, where I'm now, to New Delhi would cost £100, where in fact I found one for £44? How come you told me that I wouldn't be able to find any trains, where in fact I've been able to find a train for every single journey on my trip for, you know, no more than sort of £20 per train? He's completely fucked me. Completely. Like, there's nothing else. And now I hate India. And I'm trying to keep my eyes open. I'm trying to keep my mind open. I'm trying not to judge the entire country by one huge cunt. But, quite frankly, I hate India. Fuck it all. I wish I wasn't here. So, I've had a bit of time to relax and reflect after that last little bit of rather expletive footage, and I read an email from my mum, and she cracked me up, and she really does know best, of course, but it made me realise that I'm better than this guy, like just so much better. You know, I was brought up by parents who love me, who taught me to do the right thing, not for praise or profit, but because it just simply is right. I'm honest. I'm generous, I'm kind, I do all these things that I want to do. I push myself forward and make a success of myself. And he's just a petty crook. You know, why should I worry that he's harmed me? Mosquitoes harm me and I swat them. He's no different. no better than that. So why waste my time? I stood up to this guy. He's a huge guy. And I told him right in his face that he'd rip me off, and I was not impressed with it. And I gave him what for. I'd never do that. This was like huge personal growth for me. So yeah, even though it was challenging and hard and, you know, it left me shaking, I did something great today. And out of this terrible moment, I've actually managed to come out with some personal growth, with some positives. And that's what I'm going to focus on. And like I say, I'm just better than this guy. He's going to live his greedy little life, and he's never going to realise how sad and pathetic he is. I'm going to be spending the rest of my money on adventures. I'm going on adventures. So you can have the money. Who cares? I've got a whole life ahead of me of being better than that guy.
But finding the positives, I also went on a really cool boat trip. I say really cool, actually, it was all right. There weren't a lot of lotuses or anything that we were promised, but you know, there we go. Also went to a few gardens. The tulip garden was amazing, a couple of shops of tulips coming up. The best bit was definitely the Himalayas, although my hike ended up being 900 metres. I literally took a photo from the end of the hike to the starting point.
Welcome to the Himalayas. Can't quite believe I'm saying that, but here we are. And I'm on Sunshine Peak, and you can see why it's called that if I twist myself a bit. And just look at that. Isn't that amazing? And like, there's nothing here, like in terms of noise. You can't hear anything. It's just such a magical spot. And the fact that it's so sunny today, like I'm just wearing a t-shirt, I really don't need anything else, is amazing. Like, I've never been in such thick snow when it's just so hot. My feet, however, are stuck in the snow, so I'm probably going to get cold now, but you know, worth it.